Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum students. Welcome to Pakistan School Muscati Learning, and we are learning from our book Amazing Science Grade 4. And I'm your teacher, Mr. Daritaza. Welcome to the science class student. This is the continuation of unit number 9, electricity. So students, first of all, we'll review our previous learning, then discuss about our topic switch and conductors and insulators. So let's get started, students. I'm going to start review what we already done. That is, first one is static electricity. Students, everything on earth is made up of atoms. The nucleus of an atom contains protons. Protons have positive charge. Around the nucleus are particles called electrons. Electrons have a negative charge. The number of protons and electrons is equal. So therefore, atoms are neutral. When we rub a plastic ruler with a piece of cloth, the ruler pulls electrons from the cloth. This gives it a negative charge. Okay? When you rub plastic ruler, okay, then ruler pulls electron from the cloth. This gives it a negative charge. The cloth becomes positively charged because it has lost electrons. Materials that gain electrons have a negative charge. Materials that lose electrons have a positive charge. Electricity, which is not moving, is called static electricity. It stays in one place. Static electricity is produced by rubbing materials together. Okay? Static electricity is produced by rubbing materials together. Now, electrostatic induction. Students, a positively charged object will attract or pull a negatively charged object, but objects having the same charge will repel or push each other. If a charged object is brought close to a neutral object, it will produce an opposite charge. This process is called induction. Now we are just going to the electrostatic induction in our nature. Student, what happens in lightning? Clouds become charged when tiny water droplets or crystals of ice present in the cloud rub against each other. When they become highly charged, a large number of electrons jump from one cloud to another or from a cloud to earth in the form of a stream. This flow of electrons produces a flash of lightning. Now, how can we protect ourselves or high building? In order to protect a high building from damage due to lightning, a pointed metallic rod called a lightning conductor is fixed to its highest point. This repels any charges that may be induced in the building from the clouds. Now we come to the current electricity. Student, static means not moving charge, and current means we are talking about the moving charge. An electric circuit is a pathway along which charged particles can flow. Okay. The cell is the source of energy which pushes the charge in the circuit. It is connected with the bulb by a wires made of metals. These wires let charge pass along them. There is a complete path from the positive end of the cell to the negative end. An electric circuit must have a complete conducting pathway. Complete conducting pathway means it cannot be opened. Okay, it cannot be having a gap. Okay, if there is any gap, the charge cannot flow. Okay. Now we come to our today's topic, what we have read in the page number 76. What is about switch? Student, a switch is a device that is used to turn a current on or off. The switch forms a bridge in the path of the flow of electricity. When you turn the switch on, the flows along the wires, and when you turn the switch off, the metal piece moves away from the wire and the electric current stops flowing. Conductors and insulators. Students, materials that allow an electric charge or heat or any other energy easily, that are called conductors. Metals are good conductors. If in conductors, some electrons are not very tightly held to their atoms. They can move through the materials by passing from atom to atom when pushed by an energy source. Materials that do not allow an electric charge to pass along them are called insulators. In insulators, the electrons are tightly held to the atoms, so they cannot move through the materials even they when pushed. Plastic, rubber, wood, and PVC, polyvinyl chloride are insulators. Electric wires are made of conductors. The handles and bodies of electrical appliances are made of insulators. That was our last topic of the lesson, unit number 9. Now we comes to the today's work, student, and today's work. First of all, we'll complete our question answer. Remaining parts, part I. Part I is about what is lightning. Students, when clouds become highly charged due to rubbing against each other, a large number of electrons jump from one cloud to another or to the earth. This flow of electrons produces a flash of lightning. Another question is about J. Now we have J. What is electrostatic induction? If a charged particle is brought close to a neutral object, it produces an opposite charge on it. This process is called electrostatic induction. As you can see in this video, you can see that a sphere is mounted on insulated stand. When charged body is brought close to this neutral object, then the charge move towards to the neutral object, and if we touch it with our hand, so the negative charge will go towards hand, okay, and then you can see that after when we remove the charge object from it, you can see that the positive charge spread all over the body, okay. That is a reason, okay. If we have to, the same process will happen. Okay, so that is called the electrostatic induction. If a charged particle is brought close to a neutral object, it produces an opposite charge on it. This process is called electrostatic induction. Now we just come to an activity. Activity number 1, pull a plastic foam through your hair many times. Okay, and then hold it close to a piece of paper. What do you observe? Can you explain this? Students, when you rub a comb to your hair, it creates static electricity and it can start picking with a small piece of paper due to static electricity. Okay, so do this activity in home and keep enjoy learning. Have a safe, secure at home. Don't forget to switch off all the appliances when you are going outside, especially from the room. And don't forget to wash your hands, students. Thank you, everyone. A very nice and blessed day. Allah Hafiz.